Bite Force presented by the Danbury Public Library. Our goal in this program was to discover who has the strongest jaws in all the animal kingdom. We've reached the top biter on our list. But before we find out who is the winner, let's look back at some of the other creatures on the list. We started off with the polar bear, coming in at 1,200 psi or pounds per square inch. The polar bear has the 8th strongest jaws. It also is the largest bear on the planet, with paws that are around 12 inches or 1 whole foot across. Coming in at number 7 is the gorilla. These animals use tools, meaning they have cognition or the ability to think and learn. They also have an impressive bite force of 1,300 psi or pounds per square inch. We left the land and headed into the oceans to find our next creature, the bull shark. Bull sharks have a bite force of 1,350 psi, making them number 6 on our list. They're a very aggressive species of shark and known as one of the most dangerous species of sharks on the planet. We then went back to dry land for number 5, the jaguar. This amazing feline has a bite force of 1,500 psi or pounds per square inch, the strongest of any cat on the planet. Melanism, or an excess of dark pigment in the fur, can sometimes cause jaguars to have fur that is a similar color to their rosettes. These jaguars are called black panthers. Coming in at number 4 is the hippopotamus. These creatures are the second largest land animals with a bite force of 1,800 psi. While they look large and dumpy, hippos are very fast. They're also considered one of the most dangerous land animals in Africa. The last set of creatures on our list are all members of the reptile family, starting with the American alligator. This alligator, the largest reptile living in North America, has a bite force of 2,125 psi, putting it firmly in 3rd place. While it looks scary, American alligators prefer to avoid humans when possible. They're what is known as a keystone species, meaning they're vital to the environment. 2nd place goes to the saltwater crocodile. This croc has a wicked bite, coming in an astounding 3,700 psi, or pounds per square inch. Saltwater crocodiles are the largest reptiles currently living on the planet. They have thin enamel on their teeth, which scientists are studying in the hopes of discovering how to help us humans with our teeth. And now it's time to reveal who has the strongest jaws on the planet. With an astounding bite force of 5,000 psi, or pounds per square inch, our winner is the Nile crocodile. That's amazing. To put that in perspective, that's about 5 times the bite force of a lion and about 30 times the bite force of a human. It's truly insane. The skull of a Nile crocodile has a similar makeup to that of the American alligator and the saltwater crocodile. It is mainly made up of mouth with a large, thick mandible, both of which give a large surface area for jaw muscles to attach to. These powerful muscles also attach to the bones in the back of their necks. But there's something else that helps give them that impressive bite. Scientists at the University of Missouri have discovered that crocodiles have a second hidden jaw joint. This second joint helps distribute the force when the crocodile bites down, stopping the pressure from straining that main joint in the jaw. Not much is known about the second joint just yet, but so far it seems to resemble a joint in our own jaws, the temporomandibular or TMJ joint. This connects our mandible to our skull. Scientists believe that learning more about the jaws of crocodiles might help us understand some common jaw problems that we humans have, as well as finding a cure. But there's also something else scientists are hoping to learn from crocodiles: how to prevent arthritis. Arthritis is a painful condition caused by swelling of the joints due to tearing and wearing down of cartilage. Now, we talked about cartilage when we learned about the bull shark. Cartilage is that flexible bone-like substance that makes up most of a shark's bones, as well as our own noses and ears. Cartilage also acts as a cushion for our joints. As we age, the cartilage between our joints begins to break down from all the movement we do. Kind of like after a while your sneakers will break down in the soles and you get kind of blowouts. And when this happens, the bones in our joints rub together themselves. Instead of having that nice soft cushion in between, the bones are rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. And what this does is it makes rough areas in the bone. But you see, the thing is, crocodiles don't have this problem. Their cartilage is much thicker than ours, making it tougher and last longer. Scientists are hoping that if we can find out ways of toughening up our cartilage, then maybe one day we can prevent arthritis. So just how big are these creatures? We found out last week that the saltwater crocodile is the largest reptile in the world, coming in at over 20 feet long and weighing over 2,000 pounds. The Nile crocodile is the second largest reptile currently living, coming in at between 11 to 17 feet long. There are also no lightweights, weighing up to 1,700 pounds. They're considered dangerous creatures due to their size, strength, and aggression. These are amazing creatures that we do not want to get close to. Like the saltwater crocodile, Nile crocodiles are ambush hunters. They rely on stealth to hunt, waiting near the water's edge to pounce on anything that gets too close. These carnivores can eat up to half of their body weight at a single time, basking in the sun afterwards to digest their meal. And because they can eat so much at once, they can even go for months between meals if needed. But even though they have this reputation for being aggressive, they're not all violent. Mother Nile crocodiles will carry their newly hatched babies gently in their mouths. This protects them as they move them from the nest on dry land to the water. For all the other animals on the planet, the mouth of a Nile crocodile is the last place you want to be. But if that Nile crocodile is your mother, that's the safest place on the planet. Nile crocodiles are usually found in sub-Saharan Africa, in the Nile Basin, and in Madagascar. They prefer habitats or places to live that are rivers, swamps, and marshlands. But some have begun showing up a little closer to home. Since the year 2000, 4 Nile crocodiles have been reported in Florida. Luckily, the 4 that were found in Florida were not fully grown yet. The thing is, no one's quite sure how they got there. DNA tests were done on the Nile crocodiles that were found in Florida to try and find out where they came from. And what they found was that the DNA in those 4 crocodiles is closely related to wild crocodiles that are around southern Africa. So the reason they wanted to test this is because Nile crocodiles have been imported or brought into the States for zoos as well as attractions like Disney World's Animal Kingdom. So they wanted to make sure that these crocodiles that were running around loose hadn't somehow gotten out of these theme parks. And it turns out they hadn't. The thing is, some Nile crocodiles have also been brought in illegally as pets. And while baby crocodiles are small and adorable, they quickly grow into bitey giants that are more than people can actually handle. It's believed that the 4 found in Florida may have been pets that were released when they grew too big to keep safely. While this seems like a good idea, it's really not. You see, the Nile crocodile is an invasive species here in the United States. An invasive species is an animal or plant that is introduced into a whole new environment that is not its native one, and can have a massive impact on the new environment. Nile crocodiles would compete with their own native alligator and crocodile species over food and territory. Since they are much more aggressive and larger than our native species, the species that naturally belong in that habitat, these Nile crocodiles could end up taking over, pushing our alligators and crocs out into other areas and then disrupting even more ecosystems. So while baby crocodiles are very cute, it's best to stick to smaller reptiles as pets and enjoy these magnificent animals from a safe and respectful distance. Thank you for joining me on our quest to uncover who has the strongest jaws in all the animal kingdom. Until next time we meet, stay safe and stay curious. Bye, everyone.